Start off the show this week. Want to salute all the veterans. Happy Veterans Day. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you for your service.
Oh, it's a juicy beat. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show.
Welcome to the show, cause you know I know. Keeping up with the flow of all sports. Who hitting in the ring, who balling on the field, who hitting them shots on the basketball courts. Of course, you know that I keep it updated from high school to pros. We see who gon' make it from 216 into 216. With a whole CD screen, we finally made it. Yes, we are the best and it's true. I know what you heard and I know what it do. 10 toes down my sword, where you pound real, recognize real, and I recognize you. So, we gon' keep it real with the facts. If you like that, grab a seat. You can sit back while I kick back with the winners. Keep it authentic. Give me 30 minutes, a couple shots, and a zigzag.
This week we got Browns versus Dolphins. Head coach easy job, OBJ's market value, and more.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everette Man Show.
Welcome to the show this week. Happy Veterans Day to all the veterans out there. A couple of my homies, relatives, family, friends. You know, I got a lot of veterans around me, so I got to say happy Veterans Day. Know y'all was full off them free half-price meals and all of that, going out there eating good. We're going to move forward. We got this week we got a couple things to talk about this week, especially like with the Browns coming up. They're about to play the Dolphins. This is a little trap game for the Dolphins. Could be a little booster for the Browns. We're going to go ahead and take a look at a little preview in a minute. But I just want to say that this kind of game coming up is really a game that's going to prove a little bit of mettle within the Browns organization if they can go out there and get a big win against the Dolphins in a real tough AFC East division, where you're looking at the Jets, the Dolphins, and Buffalo being like premier teams right now. Now, out of those three, we kind of look at Buffalo. We kind of been overlooking the Jets, and we kind of look at Buffalo as that team that was going into the Super Bowl without question, or at least the AFC Championship. But as we've seen, like in any year, in any given Sunday, anything can happen. Buffalo has took a couple chinks in the armor. They done lost a couple games we didn't think, and surprisingly has been to the Jets and to Miami. And here we go with a chance to go ahead and beat Miami. We lost to the Jets, played a real close game that actually we controlled, and one of the reasons people was calling for Wood's job earlier this year. But here we are. We still got a chance to stay in this. If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, this little section is for you. I'm starting off. We got a couple more topics to talk through. But let's go ahead and look at what the Browns have in store going against the Miami Dolphins and how maybe they can move forward. Boom. So we're looking at it right here. Right here, we're going to have like a game where I think that it's going to be kind of a grind out game for the Browns and kind of a big play game for the Miami Dolphins. We got the Browns. They got the 4th ranked total offense, and the Dolphins got the 5th total ranked offense. But if you look at their defenses, both of them is either mid, below average. I mean, it's going to be a lot of opportunities open for both of these offenses to do what they want. We should see the Browns be able to get a lot of rushing yards in, a lot of work with Hunt and with Chubb. Of course, Chubb going to lead the way, but we should see Hunt get a lot of work. This is the time where you would have wanted to keep him around and why you wouldn't have traded him, because now you would want to bring him in to give Chubb some spells and give the defenses that we're looking at, the opposing defenses, a little something different to look at. We can see here right now that the Browns are the 4th toughest on downs. That means we don't give up a lot of downs. Problem is our defense can be leaky, or could be leaky in the past, give up a big play, which falls right into the Dolphins' hands. They got the big play advantage. They got Tyreek Hill and Waddle. These are quick strike opponents. We already know that although nobody really looked at Tua like he was going to be the future, if you put weapons around a quarterback in this league, most of them can do damage. Most of them have an opportunity to show at least why they was drafted in the first place, and usually that's good enough to beat a team with a not-so-good quarterback like we have. We just need our quarterback to go in there. We need Jacoby Brissett, We just need Brissett to get in there and do his game just like he did last week Just play us. Well, not last week, but when we played Cincinnati, just play your role. Let's run into this Miami Dolphins defense. Smash them in the mouth. All in all, though, I'm looking for a high-scoring game. I get my predictions coming up later. I'm checking in. 1 o'clock, CBS. Let's go ahead and get into our division. Usually one of the toughest divisions, but been a little different lately. We haven't been as tough as we usually is in our division. Still competitive and still strong, but it's a lot of movement here. I mean, nobody's really dominating. Even the record, just about 2 games. Anything can happen in these next 3 weeks. These are going to be a big next 3 weeks for our division. It'll really determine who's going to be number 1, number 2, and who's just out of it. Even in our division, you probably got to win our division in order to get in the playoffs because the AFC East is playing so good. They're probably going to be the division to send 2 to maybe even 3 teams out of their division into the playoffs. So for us, anybody in the AFC North, we got to go ahead and the champion is going to be the one to move forward. I'm probably only going to be the champ. We're not going to probably get 2 teams in this year. So it's going to be real tough in our division because only probably our champion, like I said, is going to get into the AFC, to the playoffs. It looks like the AFC East is going to be taking probably 2 to 3 teams into the playoffs, which means only the king of our division is going into the playoffs to represent us. It's not going to be like years past where we would be sending 2 or 3 teams. I think that this year it's going to be AFC East sending 2 or 3 teams, and we're going to get lucky where we're going to send 1 because you have to send the division champion. So if we go ahead and take a look at where we at right now, who is the king of the North? I mean, if you keep up with our division at all, you already know the answer to that. Bragging rights going out to the Baltimore Ravens, sitting at 6-3 on the bye. Bengals is on the bye at 5-4. Browns right there playing the Dolphins at 1 p.m. CBS, and then we got the Steelers playing against the Saints at 1 p.m. Now, when we look at this, we can already tell the Steelers is probably out of it. 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, that's too many losses for them. I do know that T.J. Watt is coming back this week. That's going to give them a big boost against the Saints because the Saints don't really have a good quarterback per se that T.J. Watt won't be able to cause havoc on. I don't see Andy Dalton being able to stand up to him, but I still see the Saints winning that game. So the Steelers is probably looking at 2-7. Now they could be 3-6, and if we lose Browns, then we also would be 3-6, and we both look like we're out of it. But anything can happen. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying. They can be 3-6, and we'll be 4-5. You know what I'm saying, or they can be 2-7, and we can be 4-5. We can get into 4-5. You know what happened in a couple weeks? We get Deshaun back. It's gonna be a whole new game. But right now, it is the Baltimore Ravens who are holding the crown, wearing the crown in our division. Now, I got to tell you, I like Baltimore. I actually like every team in our division to an extent. If I don't like them, I respect them. I think our division got some good, strong teams in it. The Baltimore Ravens, I'm still not a fan of. Well, I will say this: if anybody can win a championship with a quarterback that's not elite, it would be the Baltimore Ravens. And right now, in most people's eyes, the Baltimore Ravens do have an elite quarterback. They got Lamar Jackson. I think he's good. I don't know if he's elite because I don't know if his style of play is going to win you a Super Bowl. Now, he is better, though. He's gotten a lot better throwing the ball, staying in the pocket when he only run when he got to. So, if anybody could win the Super Bowl with a quarterback who maybe does not fit the bill, I think it is the Baltimore Ravens because we've seen them do it 2 times already. But that brings us to the old bullies on the block. I'm talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. They on the decline, and I don't think that this decline is going to be anything that they're going to jump out of soon. And I'm wondering if that's going to cause for a change. I'm wondering if that's going to cause them to do something that they don't do, and that's jump off of a coach early in his tenure. The Steelers have only had 3 coaches in their entire existence, as far as I know. Chuck Noll, Bill Cowher, and now they got Tomlin. And they all got to coach for years. I mean, basically retired from the game being the coach, even if they had a bad season. But the game is changing now, and demands is a little bit different, a little bit stronger now that we want winners right now. Most franchises want a winner right now. They don't want to wait. And so that makes me wonder if with Tomlin, is he about to get the axe? Is Tomlin next on the list to be a coach that's going to get taken out of here? Mike Tomlin. His steel is kind of bendy. You know, he since he done came into I don't see that same steel curtain kind of atmosphere. I mean, the Antonio Brown situation, the Ben Roethlisberger situation was out of control. I mean, with Cowher always felt like, even though I watched the Steelers as opposition, it was still a respect with the way that they moved and they operated, especially when the Browns left and, became the Baltimore Ravens and the Browns wasn't here. It let you watch other organizations and see them from a different perspective. And the Steelers always had that steadiness to them, that they always looked like they knew what they was doing. But I don't know if that's the case right now. The Steelers don't look like they absolutely know what they're doing. Tomlin looked like the game is kind of maybe getting away from them. They're trying to go offensive, but I don't know if they have an offensive coach. So it looks like that Tomlin could be the first Steelers coach we see actually get fired from the job and not retire. Actually get displaced from the job. Because he's been getting progressively worse every year. The Steelers have been getting progressively worse every year under Tomlin's control ever since he got him. Even though he did get him to a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl, that was real steal off Ben Roethlisberger and teams that Cowher had built. When you look at the wasted years with Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown and Ben Roethlisberger, that Tomlin wasn't able to get him over the hump and get him at least one more Super Bowl or one Super Bowl with that group. I mean, and then from then, it's just been kind of a decline ever since. And even moving off Ben Roethlisberger was something that probably should have happened 3 to 4 years earlier, but they kept on and held on to him a little too long. And Tomlin seemed to start losing control even around then. So now we're at a place now where I think Tomlin has the respect, but I don't know if he has the control over the Steelers that they're going to need to get back to where they was. And I think that the Steelers is probably going to be on the bottom of the barrel for the years to come. First, you got to find a quarterback. And you know before you got Ben Roethlisberger how hard that was. And you see what we just went through and what we had to go through to get a quarterback. So Baltimore seems to be a team that they just get somebody, put them in, and they can cause havoc with any quarterback. But that's not our case. I mean, maybe you can get lucky like Cincinnati and get you a Joe Burrow. But, right now, I don't know. I think Tomlin is on, even though this is his first losing season, he might not get that many. I mean, the Steelers got like 6 championships in modern times. The fan base is not going to be patient. I know the Rooneys are, but how long y'all going to want to sit at the bottom? I don't know. That's a question to be answered. Tomlin on the hot seat. We're going to watch this and see how it progresses. Steelers. I still don't like y'all.
I've been taking flights, getting cash, doing shows. Heard they waiting on my blow up. I'm a tick and I explode. Don't be playing with my patience or you're gonna get exposed. Lord knows I've been grinding, putting time in studio. But these niggas never listen, friend or foe. I don't know, so it's best to keep your distance before that automatic go. Yeah, my mama want a house, but my baby want a Bentley. Treat the beat just like the pussy, I don't give it to him gently. Since a youngin' I was gifted, having dreams that I made it. It's like the only thing I love, but they jealous like they hate it. I'm like Muhammad in his prime, I'm just trying to be the greatest. So so much money to be made, so I gotta push the latest. Like a nigga need a rush from time to time to feel alive. I make the whip go stupid, driving down I-25. All these swagger jacking niggas always trying to ride my wave, so I bought another shovel just to put them in the grave. Now you know it's killing season, I've been itching for a massacre. Pull the shotgun like I'm sitting in the passenger. Aiming at mumble rappers, you niggas gotta move. I was molded through poverty and I got a point to prove. Yeah, it's time to pay me homage cause you niggas overdue. Before I stick it to you bitches like Anina made a glue. You heard the hook, say it right cause the nigga cold as ice. I'ma sacrifice it all just to steal the spotlight. Hope you live it if you speak it, that's my only advice. Cause everything in this world is gonna come with a price. Damn, these artists selling souls and you play that shit. If my grass full of snakes, I'ma slay that shit. I'm steady stacking all this paper non-stop. Now they asking all these questions like, when your album drop? Steady heating under pressure, I'm a scold. I got that King Midas touch, what I push become the gold.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price on. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price.
He put me on, green light, what's the whereabouts? And I ain't talking EMS, but I'ma stretch him out. I got these bars loaded up, I'm Brinks trucking now. Come outside, see the lights, now I'm showing now. Enough of games, I got a name and it's freak, yo. Wanna know how to spell it, it's double E's, yo. Cause I'm exceptionally excellent with the speech, bro. It's really sad that none of you could compete, though. Cause I'm wrecking the game, shipping out lyrical pain. All of you niggas is lame, time I bring lyrical shame. Who the fuck boosting your name? Surely just in it for fame. Your penmanship is so lame, matching with shit you be saying. None of you killing it, rapping like you illiterate. Oh my god, yo, who is this kid? Why the fuck is he doing this? Killing rappers, he's ludicrous, spitting like he been through this shit. Won't ever sell my soul for this. Stop him, I think he's losing it. Just getting started, forgive me, dearly departed. For they not know what they started. It's time I come crash a party and show these rappers I'm sparking at anybody that's barking. Stay claiming that you be spitting reality, just be coughing. I'm off and who they're responding. I'm tired of the games and nonsense. The sound is steady depleting. When sit back no more, I'm coming, I'm hunting, so get the running. I'm dumping at all these youngins who frontin' and rap about nothing. It's over, Grim Reaper coming. Cursed with devil tongue, I'm killing rappers for fun. Mumble rapping is done, I'm burning rappers, no sun. Real 16s is back, the shit you spitting is whack. Thinking you can't compete, you're lost. Here goes a map to the grave, I'll put you in. If you keep trying my pen, I don't discriminate, I hit you and your man. So run and tell your friends about Freak's master plan of killing all these rappers, no pistol, just need a pen.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love. You never take advice. Someday you'll pay the price on. You never take advice.
Yo, Ep3, you crazy for this one.
Let's switch it up to basketball for a minute. And by basketball, I mean, of course, the Cleveland Cavaliers. Why do the national media constantly disrespect the Cleveland Cavaliers? It's like, I already know the rule, right? If you come to Cleveland, you lose value. That's what happened. You come to Cleveland, if you was great, you come to Cleveland, you're no longer considered great, you washed up, or maybe you're trying to rebuild your career so that you could go somewhere else and be great. That's why they consider Cleveland like a training ground. Because even when we get a training camp, because even when we get somebody, if they have the potential to be great, national media starts putting the pressure on for that particular athlete in whatever sport it is to leave Cleveland. Why they would be better off playing with another team in a bigger market. So that's kind of how I go. And with the national media, it seems like they're a little bit slow to the Cavs in particular. Now the Indians, perennial playoff teams, and they go out there and they go for what they know. They get to the World Series, they just don't win it. But the Cavs are different. The Cavs have been to the Eastern Conference Finals, of course, all the LeBron years. But they won just a couple years ago, and now they look like they're making a resurgence like most championship teams do. Most championship teams go in there, win one, especially if it's their first one. You see them fall back for a minute, and then they come back because now the organization knows what they're doing and how to go towards getting a championship. Cavs is doing that right now. Not only is the Cavs doing that, but the Cavs have Donovan Mitchell, who is a star, now a superstar, 3-time All-Star. Donovan Mitchell, big time playmaker, out there going for 31 points a game. Cavs got a good record, 8-3 on the season right now. Had a little losing streak when they went out to the West, but it's expected. It happens. It's an 82-game season. Very few teams go. Well, I don't think any team has ever gone undefeated. But even with that, let me fix my headphones when I'm talking. Oh, I just realized I got on headphones this episode. Let me go ahead and fix that. I don't even need these on. Back to what I was saying. Donovan Mitchell, he's a star. We got Darius Garland. He's a star. I mean, the Cavs games is entertaining. Every game that they in, they was winning. But it was like when they was winning, it was always what the other team wasn't doing. You know what the media like to do? The media would rather talk about how bad a team like the Los Angeles Lakers are than how good the Cavs are. The Cavs will get talked about every day in national coverage if they were horrible. When the Cavs were horrible, I heard about them more times on national media than I maybe heard about them at any other point, except for when LeBron is here. Now that the Cavs are doing good, though, I barely hear anything unless the team that they were supposed to lose to, or a team with a more prominent star like a Lakers, lose. Or when they beat Boston and it was more about Tatum and what the Boston Celtics maybe was slipping that first time on, versus the Cavs just went in there and handled their business. I mean, you acted like it's slouches on the team. If you don't know, the Cavs are a good team. The Cavs have talent. I'd rather hear, and it's not just for the Cavs at this point. This is for any team that's doing good. I don't hear enough about the Hawks. The Hawks doing pretty good. I don't hear a lot about the Heat. I don't hear enough about the Bucks. We hear about all of these other teams that the national media want to push in our face. But even if those teams is doing horrible, why do we got to hear about them? Is it really more of a draw for a bad team in a large market than it is for a great team in a major or in a mid-size or smaller market? I mean, I don't know the numbers. I have to look and see, but it must be. Because all this national media, this is why I don't really talk about national media teams, or won't on mine. I'm going to keep it towards my scale and towards what's close to me, because it's enough of that out there. You can hear about them anywhere else. But I just want to bring attention to the Cavs. And they 8-3. They'll be playing again. The Timberwolves at 6 o'clock on Sunday. And we can see if they can pull this together and get back on them winning ways. And I'm just going to keep an eye just to see what's going on with the national media and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Because I watch the national media, and I know most of y'all don't like Cleveland. Because back in the day, whether it was the Cavs or the Browns, your parents bet your Christmas money on one of them teams and they lost. And you've been having a grudge ever since. I know it. I know it. Get my Jim Irsay on for this one. Get rid of the sitcom dad and bring me the commentator with the good chin. That's what Jim Irsay just did. Like, coaching cannot be that easy of a job where you can fire a coach in the NFL and get an ex-player commentator to come in there mid-season and do his job. That has got to be so embarrassing. That has got to be like one of the most crushing. Think you at your job and you get fired. And on the way out the door, the boss come out and just point at somebody sitting on the stoop and say, come in here, you can do his job. That's jacked up. I mean, I was going to say something else, but I try to keep this show as clean as possible. But that's fucked up. Like, Jim Irsay is the kind of owner I wouldn't want for my franchise, even though the Colts have actually been pretty decent under his watch, and it's so weird. But he the kind of owner I think I would probably be, because I'd probably just be sitting back, watching the game, knocking down a shot, and be like, you know what? Let's switch this up right now. Jim Irsay went out and just fired his coach. All right? And, I mean, how much thought process did you put into this to bring in a commentator? Now, I will say Saturday is a commentator that he looks the part. He definitely looks more like a head coach than Frank Wright does. Because Frank kind of looked like the sitcom dad playing a coach. Like if you look at him, you look at pictures of him, he kind of give me that show back in the day with I think it was Craig T. Nelson where he was playing like a coach. He was the coach of a football team, except that was college. But he got that look to him. Even like all this, he kind of always look confused. I mean, I don't know his coaching status. He probably a good coach, but Jeff Saturday, he played with Peyton Manning. You know, he got a good look to him. He a commentator on TV, so he got that kind of vibe. So I mean, I understand this is about tickets. Got to be. I mean, if Saturday come in here and coach this team to a decent, to possibly even, no, I don't think they can even be a winning season. I mean, I don't think they can even get a winning season. He would have to like go undefeated, I think, for the rest of the season for them to have a winning season. But if you come in there and look competent, Frank, you will never get another job in the NFL as a head coach again. I mean, I'm sure you was a coordinator or something. I didn't do the real homework on you, but woo, that's crushing. You know, it remind me when the Browns hired Freddie Kitchens. Except at least Freddie Kitchens was a coach on the team. Like he's a commentator and never coached a day in his life. Not a high school, not a college, not a nothing, not a little league, not a pee wee league. Like he played offensive lineman, had a Hall of Fame career, and that's the coach for the Colts now. So go Colts. I mean, it's a long way from Peyton Manning, baby. A long way. It's that time now for the predictions. Last week, we did some, I'm going to do predictions every week. So last week, I took 6 games. I took 6 games last week, took 6 games this week. I'm going to do 6. Last week, I did all right, man. I mean, I didn't do as bad as let me take that back. I didn't do as great as I thought I was going to do because, of course, every prediction I pick, I thought was going to be a winner. But then life happened, and, the players don't do what I think they're going to do, and we end up at 3-3. So, yeah, I got the Bengals in Baltimore right, AFC strong. You know what I'm saying? They was able to win their games. Now, the games that I missed, I think a lot of people probably would have missed. Oh, I also got the Miami over Chicago, even though I told you Chicago was going to be a little bit better now that they made that trade. But it really didn't matter. Justin Fields just kind of blew up. But I don't think anybody, except for Jets fans, saw Buffalo losing. Tampa Bay, I think, I seen that coming, but I just thought the Rams had Tampa Bay number. And I definitely didn't see Tennessee. Like I said, I thought that was a long shot anyway. It was just my upset pick. But I figured that Kansas City was going to win that game, and they did win it like they were supposed to. But I definitely thought that Derrick Henry and Tennessee Titans had a chance, but they didn't. So let's move over. What we going to do this week? This week, of course, I already told you earlier, I'm taking the Browns, the away team, going over Miami Dolphins. I think the Browns will be good enough to run the ball and keep the ball away from the quick strike offense of the Dolphins just enough to edge out that victory. Plus, the defenses is just not that great, and Miami's is a lot worse. So I think that even our passing game is going to have some success against them. I'm going to take Tampa Bay over the Seahawks. Because I think it's Tom Brady, and I don't bet against Tom Brady. I did last week, and it burnt me. So I just go down with the ship on that. I'm going to take Dallas over Green Bay simply because I think it's their time to get Aaron Rodgers. He had a weak point, and they got an outstanding defense. I can see their defense giving him a lot of problems. Plus, he doesn't trust any of his receivers enough to really throw the ball to. So the defensive end and the defensive Dallas is going to go ahead and have a field day, I think, with Aaron Rodgers. And we could be hearing him blame his team even more about why he can't be successful. That's what he do. Give me San Fran over the Chargers. Jimmy Garoppolo is not a better quarterback at all than Justin Herbert. But the Chargers is beat up, and San Fran's team is not going to care, and they're going to put, boots to asses. That's how they play. Give me the Saints over the Steelers, even with TJ Watt back. I don't think that they're going to have enough, especially offensively, to beat the Saints. The Saints are not a great team, but they're not as bad as the Steelers. And I definitely am going to take the Raiders over the Colts because they have a commentator for a coach. And if the Raiders lose, Josh McDaniels is getting fired immediately and is never, ever, ever, ever going to get a head coaching job again in NFL. he's out of there. But yeah, if he loses Saturday on Sunday, he won't have a job on Monday. All right, those are my predictions for this week coming up.
It's just different.
Gon' light it up. It's a smooth ass night, time to burn it up. Grab your lady, get that Mac and show her all the love. When them downs inside the building, know we turning up. It's your local weed man. I sit in front my notebook, then start writing out a plan. I gotta keep it real, the only way to keep your fans. I'm plotting on these millions as I blow a couple grams. I'm in all black inside the booth, I'm not just killing time. They say I take my time with songs, I think about my lines. I'm just polishing my surface, noticing my shine. When they find me, we struck gold, wasn't in the mind. Record a song and blow a L, it's a simple flow. Franchise mix the beat while I'm rolling up the smoke. Spark it up and blow it down, the song about to flow. I'll have them bang it in the trap, to chillin' on a boat. Gon' light it up. This a smooth ass night, time to burn it up. Grab your lady, get that Mac and show her all the love. When them downs inside the building, know we turning up. Gon' light it up. This a smooth ass night, time to burn it up. Grab your lady, get that Mac and show her all the love. When them downs inside the building, know we turning up. Champagne sipping, money gigging is the way of life. Never slipping on my mission, shorty by my side. She like my anchor, when I lose it, keep me grounded tight. And I never had to question, was she down to ride? When them downs inside the building, know we turning up. Mook, I love you, you touch down, we bout to fuck it up. I mean my word, in a year, watch y'all start blowing up. And everybody in the world gon' wanna throw it up. Always rolling and controlling, but I keep it cool. Steady worrying about my shit, but how about worry about you? Don't let it faze me, treat them hazy, I don't see these fools. Now it's back to getting money as I take a pool. Gon' light it up. This a smooth ass night, time to burn it up. Grab your lady, get that Mac and show her all the love. When them downs inside the building, know we turning up. Gon' light it up. This a smooth ass night, time to burn it up. Grab your lady, get that Mac and show her all the love. When them downs inside the building, know we turning up.
That does it for another week, another episode in. Of course, I'm always going to hit you with some quick hits on the way out. First, we're going to start off. I don't know if you know this, but I'm a wrestling fan, and so I do keep up with wrestling. There is a lot of talk, and there has been for a minute, about The Rock versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 38. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that that's probably going to happen. So even if you're not a wrestling fan, it's going to be an entertaining just spectacle because The Rock is in it, and you always who didn't love The Rock when he was wrestling? Roman Reigns and the Bloodline is pretty good, and for WrestleMania in LA, I think that's a no-brainer. Probably get announced sometime around Christmas or New Year or New Year's. Black Adam would be going to DVD, and The Rock, I'm sure I have another movie coming out by the time WrestleMania hit. Odell Beckham coming back, on the market. If you ask me, Odell, I know it's not where you probably want to be, but if you want to be a two-time champion, go to the Chiefs. If Odell go to the Chiefs, win another Super Bowl, he got next year, he can go back and sign with Dallas and be a two-time Super Bowl star. And maybe they have it a little bit better where he can help them win and win a third Super Bowl, because they might actually be ready next year based on what they got this year with a few adjustments. He wouldn't have to be the workhorse that he would probably have to be over there, because he's not going to make it. He's going to break down. So it would definitely be better for him to go to the Chiefs for this year, get another Super Bowl up under your belt, and then go ahead and get that good money as a two-time Super Bowl champion, possibly getting 3, and being one of the few players, I believe, in the NFL with 3 Super Bowls with 3 separate teams. I don't think that's been done a lot. We've seen it in basketball a little bit lately. And then Montana Love from Cleveland, Ohio, was fighting tonight. I'll let you know next week what happened with that, but he looked good. I mean, I watched him one of his fights, couple of his fights when I heard it was coming up because I wasn't really hip, even though I am into boxing too. But I didn't really pay attention to Montana. But yeah, he looked good in the couple fights I watched of his past. But I guess he probably should have if that was on YouTube though, right? 2 good picks that I'm looking for on Fantasy League. If you're a fantasy player, Kareem Hunt should have a good game this week, and Justin Fields should have an awesome game this week. If you don't have those in your lineup, you probably want to add them if they're available. And if you just make lineups on the weekly, neither one of them should cost too much to add to your team, and I think you're going to get big production out of them. All right, happy Veterans Day and weekend. Hope y'all enjoyed y'all weekend and all the half-price food, the free meals, and all the patriotism that was shown to y'all. That's another weekend. Everett Man Show. We out.
Oh, it's a juicy beat. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show.
Welcome to the show, cause you know I know. Keeping up with the flow of all sports. Who hitting in the ring, who balling on the field, who hitting them shots on the basketball courts. Of course, you know that I keep it updated from high school to pros. We see who gon' make it from 216 into 216. With a whole CD screen, we finally made it. Yes, we are the best and it's true. I know what you heard and I know what it do. 10 toes down my sword, where you pound real, recognize real, and I recognize you. So, we gon' keep it real with the facts. If you like that, grab a seat. You can sit back while I kick back with the winners. Keep it authentic. Give me 30 minutes, a couple shots, and a zigzag.
This week, we got Browns versus Dolphins. Head coach, easy job. OBJ's market value, and more.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the Everett Man Show.